There it is.
All right, everybody. Hi.
Hi.
We are live.
It's so good to be
I'm gonna wait
alive.
till I see it on my phone right here, and then I'm gonna welcome everybody.
Oh, okay. I need to turn this off.
I was worried about notifications.
What does that mean?
Well, do you have a subscription to this show?
No.
You don't. Your YouTube channel, you don't have a subscription to the show?
No, that would be cheating.
I mean, this channel?
That would be cheating.
That's what I do.
I expect it's done, but it's not important if I do it, right? I know when to come to the show. Although, you know what I almost forgot? I almost forgot yesterday that we were meeting to talk about the podcast yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, I read that chapter within the hour of us talking about it. I forgot. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Oh, I wish whatever Jill's doing in the other room was a lot quieter.
Live is she typing loudly?
I can't tell you what she's doing, but I can totally hear it.
Hello, Jaffro Jones. Hello, Jill B. Pill. I don't know if anybody else.
Jill is in the chat, and
how do I know? Hey, how do I know?
How do I
know who's in the chat?
Well, they usually say hey.
What if they're lurkers?
I don't know. What if they're still there, but I mean they're not chatting. So
but I don't know.
Are you a chatter if you're not chatting? Chattering?
Yeah, I guess technically. Sure. You know, I never have liked the way this is set up. But one of these days, things will be better. What do you hear?
Yeah, I swear she has
What are you listening for?
I'm listening for noise that I hear.
Why am I whispering?
I don't know why you're whispering.
Nothing's on.
All right, very good.
Maybe it's earthquakes.
Maybe I'm hearing. I don't know. I just could hear it, and that's all. You know.
Except for your show.
I don't understand what she meant.
Oh, you know what, everybody? We're gonna see Jill later in the show. She's gonna help me with the unboxing that I have going on. So there you go. There's a comic book lurking.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why you were saying lurking all that time ago?
No. But it's an interesting coincidence.
It really is. I think there's always like a comic book lurking somewhere.
In your world, yeah, definitely.
In the comic book world, yeah, definitely.
I know where all my comic books are.
No, I don't think the delay is pretty long. I'll agree. I'm not sure if there is. I'll look into it for the next show. It's probably in the channel. I don't know. I have to get into YouTube and deal with it. I don't think that's really
Boomer.
Yeah, really.
Boomer.
Well, it's not something I really dealt
Boomer.
with. With that. I don't really care. Anyhow, what are you drinking tonight?
Tea. What are you drinking?
Coffee.
Mint.
I also have water in this jug here. PlayStation jug.
Don't tell me.
PlayStation.
If there's a spoiler, I don't want to know. Please don't tell me.
The fact that I'm drinking water?
I'm responding to something going on in chat, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Unless I just don't know what's going on.
Yeah. We're not telling people what it is.
In which case, yes, please.
If you know Jaffro, be quiet.
What's this show called?
This show is called Fantastic Comics Presents. Welcome, everybody.
Number
this
one.
Is the first episode. The title is just Fantastic Comics Presents. I should have, I guess, an ellipses or something.
That doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't really, but there's not really a title to go after it. So I'm just going to number them. You know how we do here
Number one.
Fantastic Comics.
Every time.
We run the course and then we start over. It could be next episode. It could be 3 episodes from now. It doesn't really matter. We'll celebrate our 2000th episode
any minute now.
If Marvel can do it, if DC can do it, if I don't know. There was when Image was first coming out in the 90s, they got Alan Moore to come on over and do 1963. And 1963 was him doing his version of superhero comic books from that era. And some of the books were like, oh, it's like this is the 300th issue of this book. And so he would like reference something that maybe happened in the 132nd issue. And it's something you're never going to see, but Alan Moore is referencing it like it actually, exists. And all the artists that worked on it did it in such a way that it really evoked Kirby and Steve Ditko and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's very inexpensive to get at some comic book store, probably online. It's worth it. You should check that out. I have a copy, but they're here at the house, so you can look. If you have it, my store will buy it even now, even though we're downsizing.
How much?
I don't know, a couple bucks.
Yeah.
It was really cheap. Online, you'd probably have to pay like $2 a piece for it. So what is that worth? Like 10, 15 cents each? I mean, I'm competing with half price books. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll give you a quarter in credit for each of those issues. So
if you will actually turn it around and sell it to my customer for me and then give me the profit, then we can talk. Right? That's how you should roll that.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. We got Fantinuum in the house.
He was being pretty funny.
Is he? Let's see. Well, if we were going to emulate DC and Marvel, funny you should say that. We got a new segment this episode.
What's it called?
It's called Yule Brings in a Girl.
Okay, cool.
It'll be in the unboxing part. We already said that.
There's a way that, okay, so what Jeff is referring to.
We will not any of that, whatever Fantinium said there on the screen.
Oh, don't worry about that. I was referring to your brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did he have to say?
I have long referred to the two of you as Jewel.
Jewel. Yeah, that's pretty good. Did you see Bake the Snake? That is the coolest name, if you ask me.
I know that one slipped by.
And then if I remember correctly, Bake the Snake, I've seen on Discovery Bay Comics before. So if you want to put a plug in there,
hello,
I'd be happy to highlight it.
Put a plug in there.
We'll merge with Lul and become
Lul.
Only if we could make these boxes like come like this.
Switch.
We can merge it. No, so it's like both of us in the middle. Anyhow. So how was your week? I mean, I know I talked to you just about an hour the other day, but
I've been busy, surprisingly. Yeah. Moving books, posting books, a lot of book stuff lately. It has been busier than.
This is still fallout from all the stuff that you got in Texas like a couple months ago.
Yeah, it has not let up, and I have like 3 months more worth of material before I need to go shopping again.
Wow,
shopping's a lot of fun, so I'm gonna go sooner than that. In fact, I'm gonna do a little bit of that when I'm there in late March.
Oh, yeah, because you're gonna come help us move the store.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm gonna drive out there with my vehicle with horrible gas mileage, and which can't be registered in the state of California, even if I wanted to.
Damn regulations.
Ding dongs.
So this last week, there was like a bunch of deaths that happened.
I'm aware of one
in my life of things that I've experienced. There were 3 things that, and it's very telling on like who I am as a person. So Rocky Johnson, the father of The Rock, died, and that was like a week and a half ago.
Okay, right.
And
I do remember hearing
some
about
people
that.
joke that the best thing he ever did was give the genetic bath a twirl and made The Rock.
Okay. Yes, it took a minute. I understand you now.
Sperm is what I'm saying.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Damn hippies and their regulations. Yeah. That's why we're moving to a smaller store. It's way cheaper.
Hippies.
Well,
Hippies turned homeless people.
No. When I start talking about the move, that'll happen in a few minutes. Wow. I got a few things to tell you about that.
Oh, good. Oh, boy. I like good news.
It's hilarious. Okay,
good.
so Monty Python's
Holy Grail?
no, dude died. Who is it?
Oh,
Can't think of his name right now. I just totally blanked because
Eric Idle.
No, he didn't die.
John Cleese.
No.
I don't know any others by name.
Oh no. Was it Terry Jones? Yeah.
Terry Jones. He was the American, isn't he?
No, that's Terry Gilliam.
Terry Gilliam's the American.
So
Graham Chapman.
Graham Chapman died a while ago.
Graham Chapman was the tall one that had the alcohol problem, right?
He's also a homosexual.
That doesn't matter to me.
It was just a thing that's a big deal about him.
Really? That's a big deal.
Yeah,
For whom is that a big deal?
Well, when you watch like documentaries, they make a big thing about it. He
was a homosexual.
No, it's no, because the thing about Monty Python is their willingness to like bend gender.
Sure, men in dresses all the time, every episode.
Straight people playing gay people playing straight. Good stuff. I watched a lot of like Holy Grail growing up.
I watched that one a
Life
lot.
Of Brian.
Only saw that once. Didn't like it as much as the Holy Grail.
I love The Life of Brian. In high school is when we watched it, and like that was like going for. I remember watching a lot of Monty Python and PBS when I was a kid.
That makes sense. Yes.
Yeah, Terry Jones, exactly. And then the movies, as I was getting in high school, you find out about them. I remember I showed my brothers. So, I watched Holy Grail for the first time, and then I finally rented it and brought it home. And my brothers are watching it with me, and they're kind of like, this is like a boring ass movie. It's not funny. And then we get to the Black Knight part. And for anybody that hasn't seen it, the Black Knight part is awesome. That's all I'm going to say. So when it occurs and all the funny ha-ha stuff, these guys are dying. It is over, It's just great movie. And then, of course, Meaning of Life. There's even boobies in that one, so who can't love that? And so Monty Python, they're starting to really drop now.
I mean, yeah.
And then, of course, on Sunday, I'm an LA boy as far as where I came from, Southern California, LA County,
that's
not
the
really
rumor.
in the city.
That's the rumor.
And I moved up to the Bay Area, Berkeley, in 1999. Yeah, 1999, a long time ago.
That's a good year, man.
Yeah, maybe it was like 98, but then I met Jill soon thereafter.
You met me then too.
Here we are. What was that?
I said you met me around then too.
That's right. All the stuff that I have going on. And it was like during that time, it was kind of like, it's funny, the Bay Area, there's a lot of warrior stuff these days. But when I moved up here, there was a lot of purple and gold. And Kobe Bryant was a big deal, obviously. And he crashed in a helicopter on Sunday.
He crashed it too.
I don't know. He was like,
no. This is the show where we deliver the ever living all truth, right? He was flying that Sikorsky by himself.
Exactly. Well, not by himself, unfortunately.
No, he was. Yeah, that's true enough.
But so it kind of eased my transition to coming up here, to have like a winning franchise to still kind of hang on to back home. And of course, I love the Lakers. Second for me to the Dodgers, but usually in LA, it's the other way around. But either way, sucks.
Too young.
That's
Definitely.
my tribute. That's my Kobe tribute. I have
So your odds of dying in a helicopter crash, I've not bothered to look them up, but I mean they've got to be ridiculously small.
who goes to you're probably in Afghanistan if you're dying in a helicopter.
I mean most people don't travel that way. But
yeah, well that's what I would think.
There was a helicopter crash in New York last year, I think. And I remember because do you know who Casey Neistat is?
Yeah.
He travels to the airport by grabbing a helicopter down closer to his house and then flying to the airport to catch flights because he flies all the time.
Damn, if you're down getting in a helicopter, that's got to be great getting places.
I assume it's expensive, and he's obviously down being rich, so that's cool. But
I'm so afraid of heights. There's just no reason really to usually do that as far as I'm concerned.
I've never been in a helicopter. I'm not going to tell you you're going to like it because if you don't like heights, I think you can see outside unless you got a bag over your head. We can do that. Hey,
again, we're talking about Afghanistan, right?
Why don't we do that? Why don't you and I go for a helicopter ride and we'll just put a black bag over your head and see what happens?
I don't even know where I would set my Patreon level to make that happen.
I don't either.
I don't know.
$10. Come on.
Well, I mean, it would have to be like $10 in succession of, 2.8 million people or something like that.
Well, we'll get there.
No, I don't even like saying that because I don't even know. That's not even enough, really. I'm just not down. I mean, I know there's those really cush helicopters. Yeah, maybe I would do one of those, But no, thank you. I need a Cadillac helicopter, and that's probably what Kobe was in.
I don't know. It's Sikorsky. That's all I know. And what do I know about them? They make helicopters.
Oh, and not only that, let's tie it to comics. It's a character in the X-Men too.
Is it?
Yeah, the Starjammers actually.
What is this person's superpower? And what is their?
It's like a mosquito or something. It's a space mosquito.
Its name is what now?
Sikorsky.
And it's
it's like
mosquito.
It's like S''K or something like that. Whatever.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Sorry, man. I'm not right there with you, but I'm real close.
No, it's fine. Let me just Sikorsky.
Helicopter?
No, I was going to say X-Men.
Oh, you're going to share screen?
Yeah, I was going to do that.
I'm going to make this go away now.
Just StreamYard it. Share screen. Share screen. Boom. Sikorsky. See that?
I do.
Yeah,
it looks like a little helicopter.
Yeah. I think he's like the medic or something in the Starjammers.
Okay.
Here's, the Starjammers for those of you at home.
Oops. Sorry.
And the deal with the Starjammers is Corsair is actually the father of, spoilers, Cyclops. But there's so much more to it than that.
Well, there's a woman involved, I hope.
Oh, his mother unfortunately died. I think he eventually starts hanging out with this lady here, this cat lady.
Loneliness.
Her name is Hepzibah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Hepzibah. And then there's
Can you spell it for me?
It's again one of those like H apostrophe names.
Oh, space names.
Oh yeah, see, look at that. So my brother. Oh, look at Social Circle Gaming. That's not nice. Supposedly it was foggy, so they had permission to fly low. Don't in the rain. I remember when I was in a small plane flying to another airport. It was like rickety. I mean, I could hear it like it was like kind of coming apart, and I had a piece of paper that I folded and folded and folded, and I put it in the plane, and it stopped cracking, shaking. there making a sound. I'm like, I got to get off this thing, please. And I remember like the whole trip, because there was a trip involved. All I could think about was, I don't want to get on that hopper again. Anyway, there you go.
Would that be a plane?
Yeah, a little plane. But I remember as a kid, I would go to Hawaii. And, you go to the big island on a big plane, but then you go to the small island on a much smaller plane.
Mm-hmm.
But, when I was a kid, I didn't care as much. There was a Dumbo incident at Disneyland.
Obviously, that's where Dumbo incidences happen.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, it was from that day on, I did not like heights at all.
Tell me more about this day at Dumbo.
Okay, so both my brothers were in the Dumbo with me, right? And if I remember correctly, Michael, the middle brother, was like, let's get to the top. And it was like right as we were moving up, I just was like, this is not cool anymore to me. Because I've been on Dumbo many times.
Yeah.
I was on the outside. So Dumbo kind of maybe I don't remember how it was. Anyway, it lifted up. So I was hanging over more because all of us were in there.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it was just like two of us at one time or something like that. I don't know. It's always that third brother, Jeffrey. I screwed everything up. So I just can't handle heights anymore. And it was Dumbo. Like the most elephant. Most nothing ride there ever is. But it's still 30 feet above the air.
Well, hey, but it's no Small World, right? Small World is a nothing ride. Dumbo,
Dumbo's a nothing ride. I mean, look, back in the old days,
How old were you?
I don't know. I mean, if Jeffrey was on, he probably was at least 4 or 5. So I can't add right now. Maybe 10.
Maybe 10 years old. Yeah. I think you're still forgiven for being that young and being
but my point was,
nervous
I was
about
okay
Dumbo.
Before that.
Maybe you got smarter and you realized the risk finally.
Actually,
Dumbo poses a risk. It should be removed from that park.
Depending on when it happened, I actually was on a Ferris wheel one time. And that one scared the shit out of me. Again, a nothing ride, right? But you're stuck at the top while some asshole's getting off down below.
And there's you all freaking out at the top. I got to get off this thing. I need you.
Oh my God. I can feel it in my feet right now, like reliving that instant.
Yeah, I can imagine it. I can be the guy at the bottom looking up. Why is that guy yelling?
That's real. The guy. I was again a kid.
You were still like
seats do this too. Whoo, whoo, woo,
woo.
I don't like heights at all.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have an unwrapping, just to let everybody know.
Just an unwrapping, huh?
An unboxing.
All right, that's better.
All right,
that's better.
What would it be under? I was thinking we could do this under the Mother's Basement tag, because these are things that you may have found in Mother's Basement.
Nerdy things,
yeah.
Are these for
not
nerds?
Quite comic books, but maybe we could work garage instead, since I've never really had a basement. But
you should film this show in your garage with the camera facing the stairs, because it's very much like a basement.
Oh, okay. I'll just move my whole computer.
Yeah, exactly.
What I could do is I could do it on the phone, and we could just film me from the phone.
Or you could just put your computer. Why? Well, hold on. What is the physical limitation of you having a computer out there? Is it because
I don't want to be outside in the garage?
Yeah. You want to call your show Mother's Basement, but you're not willing to sacrifice a little pride and go out in the garage.
You know what? F you. Watch
Come on.
Watch this.
All right.
Boom, there's our basement.
It's so great. Water stains, the plaster is cracking.
And I want you to know that's
it's not America.
Those aren't just jugs of water in there.
Vino.
Please.
What is it? Is it sewage? Is this your new store?
Right. Okay. So, all right. So hold on a second before we do this unboxing.
Did you just outsmart me?
No,
did you just predict my behavior successfully?
No, but I do think this would be great if that was the case. But I mean, I got this ready anyway.
I think
so. We want to talk about the store for a second before we do this unboxing.
Please.
All right. So let me take this Mother's Basement. Well, no, it's part of Mother's Basement.
Yeah.
Actually, this is the comic book. Oh no, I should have had the Nook for that one.
It's starting well.
Call this Comic Tonic.
Comic Tonic.
Really, what I want to do with Comic Tonic is have a comic that we want to pair with some sort of like drink, like a vino or something like that. But today we'll use it for the store. So I'm very proud of. So we have neon LED. It's actually LED lights that are like neon, and they have a Batman symbol, Wonder Woman symbol, and the other one's a Flash symbol. And you just order them in the catalog. It's one per store, and you're like, that's cool. I mean, it's cool to have a Flash symbol, a Wonder Woman symbol, and I don't have a Superman symbol. The only one I'd really want most, I don't have. But what I did order was a DC like LED sign. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really big. And I'm like, damn, I can't put this big ass thing out. So I went to another comic store the other day and I saw these posters that I've been getting from DC, a Watchmen poster, a Year of the Villain poster, a Harley Quinn poster, which I had, and they're thicker than paper. They're like a vinyl or something like that. And I'd been putting them in the window. I have to use box tape, packing tape for that. Because, regular tape just won't work.
Well, you'd see it too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it doesn't matter. So finally I go to this store and I see them being used in this container. And I'm like, oh, damn, that's probably what that DC sign is that I don't know what it is. I've never taken it out of the box. So finally, I took it out of the box. I put the Watchmen in one. I put it in the window. I light it up. It looks super cool. It's emblazoned, and you can see it from across the street. It's like, wow, come on in, buy some Watchmen here. So Eugene comes in to piss all over. He's all, they might not. Really, you can't use that kind of a sign in the window at that comic store, at MLK. They won't allow that. Well, they won't allow that. It's just a sign. So yeah, you're not allowed to have like LED or neon.
Neon, yeah.
I'm like, really? You're serious? I'm like, I had heard that there was a place in Berkeley, even on Shattuck, you're not supposed to, but I mean, everybody uses it. I think that being more residential, they're going to be like really hardcore about it. So I don't know. It's just supposedly they're going to have a key to our downstairs in case anything bad should happen.
Who's they?
All right. So, geez, this is what I'm saying. Who is they? Hey, so that's what I said. Well, who is they? He's all, the homeowners association, the HA something, or whatever. And I'm like, homeowners association. And he's all, yeah. He's all, and just let you know, I don't think you can really like smoke pot downstairs. I'm all, well, heaven forbid I should ever do anything like that. He said, yeah, I think back when we rented this place out to the palm reader, they were smoking pot. And I said, yeah, but I thought they were being loud and living there, and that was really the problem. He's all, yeah, well, that's too. And I said, well, I could always just burn some incense. And he's like, yeah, that's kind of what gave them away. And I'm like, there's no winning on any of this stuff. There's no give or take. And he's all, yeah, it goes out in the courtyard. And I'm like, what courtyard? He's all, yeah, our store is not really part of the courtyard. That's why I did this.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
That's right. It's getting worse all the time.
Context.
Oh my God.
Context is really nice. So when you showed that to me yesterday,
Yeah.
you were very happy. You were like, check out this thing that I made. And I'm like, it's great. I have no idea why you've made that, but now I understand. And yes, that's very, very, it's quite good.
Yeah. Oh man. So this place. I'm really excited to move in. The idea of a neighborhood comic book store. I mean, I don't know, man. You usually have to go to an area like a strip mall.
Yes.
Or a mall.
Yes.
Or in our situation, to a downtown location where there's no parking, and when there is parking, it's like $3.50 an hour, and on and on and on.
A lot of reasons not to go.
And I'm hearing this from a lot of people. Number one, a lot of people that we're telling that we're moving in that area already live in that area or work in that area. And the few that don't can, come out a day and get their stuff. And one customer said, well, I guess I won't be shopping with you anymore. And we're like, what? And he's like, yeah, Games of Berkeley and your store were the only reason why I would come to Shattuck. And with them moving up to Telegraph and then you moving over there, I have no reason to come out to Shattuck. And I'm like, oh, that does suck. But Shattuck's done it to itself. I mean, it's the only thing you can buy are books, cell phones, and something from Walmart or Target. Everything else is food. And I mean, yeah, maybe like farther on down the street there is the used clothing, but I'm talking about, Center Street, maybe to not far, University to, not far, like 4 blocks. That's all I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
And everything's just food. Ike's.
What's on Telegraph these days?
I don't know.
Where did Games of Berkeley move?
They actually moved on Durant, just above Telegraph. So, for those of you from Berkeley or that have visited Berkeley, and especially Telegraph, I'm going to give you a 1999 Kobe winning the championship 2002 type stuff. There was this pizza restaurant called Laval's, and it was downstairs. And then above, there was a Tower Records where Jill used to work. She should come in and let you know all about that. Anyway, just down from there was this really cool clothing store called Octopus. And there had been previous clothing stores. And after Octopus, there were other awesome clothing stores. And they never really work out. And that's where Games of Berkeley is, like right in that. And then right there was the Tower Records.
Mm-hmm.
And then down below is the Laval's that I worked at. And then across the street is the food court and stuff like that.
Yeah, the hot dog places.
Yeah, I remember the Berlin Wall, the coffee shop.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it was called? The Berlin Wall?
Something like that.
Anyhow, there you go. Little sort of, that's where they are.
Okay.
And then, we're going all the way over there.
Amoeba's still there?
Amoeba? I don't know. I don't go up to Telegraph, I got to tell you.
There are not a lot of reasons to go there either.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we've become down on Shattuck. So
worse. It's way worse down there.
All right. So picture this as far as our store is concerned. We are now in a place where people want to be. They like living there. You know what I mean? This is a different type of opportunity that presents itself to us. It's interesting. I don't know how it's going to work out, but the numbers look promising. I don't know. We haven't really crunched them yet, but there you go.
I like number crunching. It's a lot of fun, but it's your number crunching. You go ahead.
Well, we're cutting our numbers as far as what we're ordering.
Of course.
I mean, it's big time.
Of course.
So, like, again, customers, I was gonna wait until I was showing you comics that are coming out, but
From your house.
from my house.
Why are we at your house again?
I
Is
just
this a sore subject? I don't mean to pry.
When we get done, we're an hour and a half usually when we're doing these. When we get done, it's another 40 minutes before I get home at least.
Yeah, sure.
So I can screw around afterwards. We can give more show. Everybody, DC puts these comic books out where you can order. These are what you can order from. These are the books that are coming out. I am surprised there are people that just don't know about this, but I've been engaging people and letting them know that we need to get them on a program if they're interested, because the shelves might be bare someday. And it's not because I don't have stuff that I order. It's just I don't want to sit on this stuff that I don't want to see it anymore.
Can't afford to sit on it.
Well, there's some things, a number one issue I can order extra of. And the thing is that any normie that comes in the store, eventually it's more likely to order, pick up a number one. So, I'm kind of gearing my ordering to that.
Yeah, sure.
But it still doesn't mean I'm going to go crazy, especially not on a mini series.
Is that why we're always going to be number one? We
are number one.
We're always going to be number one.
We are number one.
I don't think you should ever go to 2.
Well, I like numbering though, Anyway, Marvel does the same thing right here.
We could do a 99 straight away, right? Just do
you know what?
Big 99.
I'm not doing that. We're gonna.
How about 100?
You know what? I want to see if I'm going to change something. I want to see. I just want to see.
Okay.
I want to see where something goes before I change it, is what I'm saying.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, I don't know. It's called putting it in a playlist, and then you just count. It tells you how many there are.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. So I've got an unboxing.
Show me something.
Okay. Well, this is back in Mother's basement.
Got it.
All right. So the other day, last Friday, for those of you that don't know, Magic the Gathering came out with their brand new set.
The
week before, there was the pre-release. There's people that play in tournaments and all that other stuff. This is a return to a former land called Theros Beyond Death. Hold on a second. Let me play this for everybody.
This is nerd stuff.
All right, hold on.
I'm not gonna apologize for my knowledge!
There you go. Well, she didn't come in, so what are you going to do?
I don't know. See, line.
Sheriff, he wants to see you.
Hey, everybody. I'm back. And I got somebody with me. Jesus. All right. Hold on a second. This is so she can hear ATN. Hopefully we don't have too much of a feedback.
Echo.
I'll
try to lean in so it's not.
Everybody meet Jill. Jill, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
For those of you in chat, let's see if there's... All right, very good. I think everybody knows you already. Maybe Fantinium doesn't really.
I don't think I've met Fantinium.
So this is the new Theros cards. Ooh. We're going to open one right now, and I'm going to let you know there's a little weirdness about these packs.
Should I open it right now?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, these are the tough ones.
And they're tough to open. Yeah, exactly. So slowly show them how it's done. Oh, here, let me get solo screen.
They're back. First of all, they're backwards to normal Magic. So the good stuff's in front.
Yeah, show them in the front. Yeah, show them the front.
Well, the front is...
So in the old days, this would be at the back of the pack. All right, very good. Pull that off. All right, go for it.
All right.
So show them what's up.
Oh, okay. Land card.
Land card, which would be second to last.
So you want me to go to the
Yes.
good?
Show them how it is.
I want to read it too, though. There.
It's a rare.
Fine. They want me
So
to
that's
Vanna. You know what? They wanted me to
the-
Vanna White in chat, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Very good. Well, you gotta hold it up closer.
Much closer.
Much. Yeah, there you go. That's an uncommon, right?
Land.
Temple of Enlightenment.
It's a rare.
Oh, it's a rare.
Ding 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 ding.
Ooh, great. It's a rare. Oh, that's right. Oh, wow. That's great. She had a foil on this one. And that's also a rare. So this is a great pack already, Jill. Way to go.
Notice the finger I'm using.
Yeah, I did notice that actually.
Am I supposed to say what they are? Lagana,
No.
band,
Okay, so anyway,
storyteller.
so there you go. That's what those are. These,
Magic
on the other
cards.
hand, are not that. These are still Theros beyond death, but these are $30 packs.
Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
Supposedly
Why?
these are all foil.
Are they
There's
gonna-
a higher chance of getting better cards.
Are they going to curl?
And if you get those cards, it's a better chance of getting one that is a special version of it.
So you're looking for like a foil planeswalker or something.
I think everything's going to be foiled, so it really doesn't matter. I mean,
Well, yeah, but you want a good rare foil. Oh, these are back to the old school way.
oh, very interesting.
Well, it is interesting.
So
Wanna keep the
again,
surprises.
just to show you, the common card here is a foil. Ooh, bronze sword.
Here's one for my brother-in-law. He used to love
Foil
lands.
lands. Brother-in-law Tyler.
Tyler. Oh, Tyler.
Uncommons. No one cares what they are. Because
Nobody
really,
cares.
another a forest
Unle-
and an island.
Oh, so you're getting a lot more lands in these also, which is cool. And that's their new lands, their style that they're doing.
This, wait a second.
Looks like a hologram.
This one is not foil.
You're kidding me,
I
really?
am not kidding. That's not foil.
What?
Did you just get ripped off?
So these rares
Okay, I
are
see
not
what's happening. I
foils.
see what's happening. Okay.
we're
So
getting
we've got some extra rares here. Here's another not rare foil.
Oh, but this is a special kind of card. So that's the special version of the card when you see the full art.
Mm-hmm.
But getting a foil of this, then you're saying, wow, that's totally worth the money that I
Okay, this
spent.
is a really pretty rare, another rare foil.
Ooh. Elspeth conquers death. She died. It's a shame.
Here's a what is that? Ultra rare, not foil.
Not foil. Here's another one of those special types of cards.
And then just another uncommon in the back for whatever reason, and then
And that's
foil
foil.
token.
And a foil token. Ooh, that's really cool the way that works.
it's double sided.
Oh, and it's double-sided.
Thrilling.
Thrilling.
Did you buy one of those? Because they're very expensive.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a second one right here. This was
What?
gifted to the show. Just to
Oh.
let anybody know, you can always.
I thought you purchased
Soon
them.
it will be 2026 Shattuck Avenue. I mean, it is right now, but soon it will be 1708 MLK. You can send all this kind of crap to us and we'll open it for you. Or we'll just
All
buy
right.
it, is really what I'm saying.
Land.
Anyway, I'm going to open these and let you see them really quick. Just get, yeah, just the.
Uncommons.
I'm interested in this like
Land.
not foil thing though. I thought they were all supposed to be foil.
Oh, see, I got excited for a second, but this is not a foil.
Not a foil.
So we got a planeswalker,
Planeswalker.
Ashiok, blue black, not a foil though.
Not a special one either.
Here now, so then you get another rare, but this is a special one, but not a foil.
But not a foil. Special one.
Ooh, a Sphinx foil. Ooh, there is a good one in here.
This is a that's a rare also.
So we've got another ultra rare, but not foil.
Not foil. So obviously they're gonna have two of these ultra rares.
Constellations.
Naila. Ooh, you know, I've done some damage with some of Nylea's crap. for Bo.
I'll show you this one first. Token.
All right, so here's a token. Again, another token.
And then we got a Planeswalker.
Holy damn.
Foil.
Oh, and it's a special one,
Ashiok.
too. And it's one of those. I think, yeah, it's a special one, because you can see the full art. Way to go.
Thrilling.
All right, thank you for the person who bought these for
cool,
us.
actually.
It's really awesome. I guess I won't be looking forward to any birthday presents coming up.
More likely than not, this is probably not a sought after.
Probably not a sought after. That's how it usually works. All right. Thank you, Jill, for your help. You want to open this last one?
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll just give it to you.
Is that 3?
No, it's not 3. The other one was our regular one.
Oh, did you want to open it or not?
No, it's okay.
It's not going to be interesting.
No,
I'm sure.
we're not. This isn't a magic show. That was our unwrapping, though. It was $30 packs opening. That I thought that was something that we should all check out.
I'm impressed that they hadn't done that kind of sooner, right? Magic selling packs for a lot of money and just upping the rarity, which makes them less rare, but at the same time,
I don't know how they're. The problem with Magic is very much the same problem with comic books. The thing that's cool about Magic that I've always felt that was neat was the premise is that these are collectible cards, so I'm not going to give them to you easily. And then you got to play a game with them. Before it was like baseball cards, right? You know,
yeah.
Oh, I really
useless.
need that Mantle. I need that, Ken Griffey rookie.
Yeah, no purpose.
But you only need those. There's no reason to get all that other crap. But in Magic, there is a reason to get that other crap. It's not just to complete the set; it's to use them so that you can, play a game.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes those other things more sought after, and I think that's a good premise. But what Magic does, especially because there's tournaments and all that other stuff, they have cycles where 3 packs will rotate out, as new ones are coming in, or they call them blocks and all that stuff. And I really don't want to get into it.
Tell me more.
But when a new set comes out, just like most people, I have played in the past. I've gotten it back into it. And now that I'm not really as into it, I still buy a few packs from the new sets. So, yeah, my brother, Jeff, he got those packs for us. And I'm like, I was thinking about it, but
thinking about what?
They're so expensive. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I'm so cheap. I mean,
I know.
I've been going out and I've been buying comic books. Like the other day, I bought those comic books. I spent a lot of money, but I didn't spend I didn't go out and spend it on one comic book. I got a bunch of stuff, which is probably worse, actually.
I mean, it's a bunch of cards. What does it work out to as far as like how many rares do you get per dollar or whatnot?
Well, you get 1 rare in a pack of Magic cards.
Normally.
You get lucky, and then the last card before the land and the other stuff. Sometimes there's another card that is a rare.
Uh-huh.
But it could be common just the same. I don't know. That thing was all foil. I mean, if you get all foil something that someone wants, those things are always worth, like a couple extra bucks.
It's sort of like gambling, though.
Well, the problem with Magic is are you a kind of person that wants to keep it or sell it? Right. If you can just sell it, like some people are like, dude, it's a $40 card. I'll sell it and get another one of those packs.
Yeah, why not?
Try it again, man. Sure. Looking for that $100 card. To
like a lottery.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I have all these foil cards, and I'm going to trick out some crazy decks with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Of course. Of course.
If you like foil, I mean, if you're playing Magic, you probably are like, it would be awesome to have a whole foil popper deck.
Is that what Tyler was doing?
We all were doing. Well, he was doing that more than I was. He was actually, since he was traveling with Image, he was going to like other stores, in other cities. So, you can have fun that way.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he has like a good friend, I think that used to work with Kirkman or still does, who's really into magic. And yeah, anyway, he's got a good connect.
That's cool.
But, you know, I don't think he's been buying cards recently. So, yeah, read them and weep. When I pull these out,
Yeah.
he spoils out.
You're going to remind him to go spend money on magic cards, and then he'll go out and spend money on magic cards?
Yeah. Yeah, he should. Hopefully when his kids get into high school, right, and he can start playing Magic again.
Oh.
Hopefully my store will either flourish so much that I don't have to be there and I can start playing Magic again.
Mm-hmm. What?
Or it will fail and I can start playing Magic again. Either way,
treat it like
my future is.
Treat it like a challenge. Anybody that wants to go to you to play you at Magic in your store, you will take them to all comers.
Yeah. I'll do that. I would like to be in a situation.
Stomp on you.
There's going to be a lot of time in between, but I'm not going to geek it up all, like totally crazy, you know, or anything like that. I mean, the store itself is, you know, it's going to be like a, you know,
like a sewer.
That's downstairs. Upstairs it's going to be daisy. I mean, I'm going to really have plants upstairs, so it's, you know, it's
so
nice.
You can't smell the sewer.
Obviously, you won't see neon signs.
There's old stores in Berkeley that were grandfathered into the neon thing.
Yeah.
So if you're seeing real neon and it's in Berkeley, it's probably grandfathered in. Or it's not a sign.
Yeah. Okay, so I have an announcement. Let me get this banner up. I have my first professional press.
What does this mean?
You know, like pressing comic books.
Yes, but professional. I wanted to know about what that meant.
All right. Well, I'm not really getting paid. I told my buddy the first one's free, but I'm actually going to do two. So the first press is free, and I'm going to show you the comic books I'm going to do.
Please.
All right. He's got a Ghost Rider #1. Let me get this close up. Sorry. Ghost Rider #1. It's in this nice Mylar, so it looks better than it is. So here you can see some spider web right off the bat. And
yeah, I can.
On the back, so I don't know how. You know, I'll take it out if I drop it. Whatever. Oh no, I got stuck on the tape.
No, that makes me crazy.
No, you just pull it out. Come on, guys. You gotta know how to do that. Oh wow, I wonder if this can show up. Can you see? Can you see those wrinkles?
Yes, I can.
Those
and
are
the H and the O.
Those are gonna come out, baby.
Okay.
Those are gonna come out. See down here by my finger right here?
I do, yeah. I do.
So there's some scuffing that's all gonna come out. Well, the white part won't, but and then down here, you see the spider webbing down here? That won't come out. But what will happen is that will soften at least. And then let's take a look at the back. The one thing I gotta say I'm not good at working with is the spine rolls. And I don't feel comfortable doing it, especially with as loose as these staples feel. So I'm not going to do that. But I'll clean that up a little bit, and then we'll press that out tonight. But this one...
That's the one you're doing for free?
Yeah, this one too.
Oh.
Okay.
Two for the price of...
press, remember?
Oh, okay.
I was saying how I justified it. Here we've got New Mutants #87. And I think this looks pretty good already.
Watch out, muties.
But on the back, here's where, let me see, wrong finger. Yeah. Maybe you can you see that?
Yes.
We're going to try and fix that up.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Can you see the top and how it's kind of rippled?
Yes.
That's like water damage.
Okay.
See that yellowing? I don't think that's going to come out. I'll try my best, but I can weaken that yellow.
Okay.
But I've already had comics that were water damaged, and I put them in just, let's find out. One was an underground. It was a Crumb comic book, and it was all wavy. I mean, just wavy. and I put it in the water. I made it soft again. I put the boards in. I did the press on it, and it came out, and it was like if it didn't have like a water stain on it from it, because I knew it would, you would not know that was a water damaged comic. It made it look really, really, really good. So to me, I'm just joking.
So could you do that to a book cover?
So everything I've read, you're not supposed to do this to comic books with a special cover.
No.
So
book covers.
I think book covers would be in that class of
old book covers.
Maybe
the ones that didn't have stuff on them, that were just paper.
What do you have? You mean stuff on them? What do you mean?
I don't have. I mean, printing. They've always had printing on them in some respect, most of them anyway. But no, a lot of the old just jacket covers from the 40s and 50s, if they're intact, like
I pressing. I don't. How much? I mean, those book covers. The things I always remember seeing from them, if they are damaged, it's all because of chipping.
That's common.
There's nothing that you're going to get out of.
I will explain. I once sold a copy of Thomas Pynchon's V, and we marked it pretty low. I sold it for $300, and I marked it low because it had water damage.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a pink hardcover, and it's got the jacket. And the jacket, like if you looked at it, you could tell, but it was pretty nice. Like it wasn't torn, wasn't chipped. It was real nice. And it's not a laminated kind of contraption. It's an old book. And I was wondering if you could fix something like that. Because if you can, that's significant.
Yeah, I would try it. I would probably do it with like an iron or something instead.
Mm-hmm.
Because a book cover, there's a lot more bends than there is in a comic book to a book cover. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what pressing would do as far as like the different angles, if you're gonna like screw that up or not.
I can see putting something custom built in there.
Yeah, probably.
For that,
I've seen guys using plates, and maybe you can do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So water damage.
Maybe.
Wow, dude. There. All right, are you ready for the comic book hook?
Hit me.
Dun, 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 dun. These are comic books that are coming. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, these are comic books that are coming out tomorrow that you should pay attention to. We're already, maybe I'll do a review or something. Okay, I'll go big.
Go big.
All right, this has been a little, wrong one. All right. This has been a little late in coming, but it's going to have RB Silva on art. We have X-Men number 5, Jonathan Hickman. This was, I don't know. They say it was late, but that's only because it didn't follow. Do they even have one this time? They didn't follow that little chart that's always in the back of the book. Anyway, issue number 5. Most of the X-Men issues have been standalones, just kind of further examining their role in the world and what Cyclops and company need to do to make it keep going on. This has been a really fun series, and I like it a lot. If you want to know more about X-Men, I'm going to have a video premiere tomorrow. Well, I'll put it up after this one, soon thereafter. The last issue of Scott Snyder's Justice League comes out tomorrow. The last issue, the Doom Justice War is over. The Justice War Doom War is over. Oh, spoilers, Martian Manhunter didn't actually die. And, he's going to have to, like, confront Hawkwoman, who was his wife in another reality. And then they brought, it's kind of confusing, but it's been really good. And the artwork looks like it's going to be good. Jorge Jimenez, check that one out. Not only that, but the next issue of Justice League is going to be written by Venditti, I do believe. And he's really good. And the art's going to be Doug Monkey. I'm a big fan of his. I'm a big fan of the first issue of a book I don't normally like, Hawkeye Freefall. Hawkeye is not one of my favorite characters at Marvel. Likewise at DC, Green Arrow is not really one of my favorites. Guys that have such final weapons, like putting a hole in somebody with a gun or an arrow. I know they're good shots, but sometimes you're going to have to shoot to kill. And that's not a power set I'm really into anyway. The art was good in the first issue, and this looks like it's going to be good again. And the story was really nice also. Hawkeye was getting involved with the Red Hood's business. And then later on, other Avengers think that Hawkeye is reprising his role as Ronin. And he's like, I'm not. And they're like, well, we think you are. And then people are ending up dying. Anyway, the Ronin's involved in this. The last issue of Green Lantern Black Stars, the 3-issue miniseries, finally comes out. This was delayed only in as much as it didn't come out earlier in the month like it was supposed to, but it's here now. Grant Morrison is writing a freaky deaky miniseries, and it's got really good art by this guy named Harmonico. And Green Lantern series artist Liam Sharp is lending his artistic talent to the covers, and it makes a triptych, which is neat. The first issue I read, and it's really hard to understand. And when I finally did read it, I was like, I'm going to wait till the third one comes out so I can read them all at one time. But that's what Grant Morrison's all about, really expanding the way a comic book story is told and usually challenging you with concepts that you're not used to. So Green Lanterns is a perfect type of book for him to work on for that to happen. Another last story, number 12 of Conan comes out. This is the last part of a 12-part story that Jason Aaron kicked off this series with. Conan a lot of the issues of Conan have been standalones, and they've been stories that kind of loosely pay attention to the overall story where Conan's life is in jeopardy. Anyway, that's what this issue is. We finally gotten to the point where he is meeting his end. And there's also a backup story that I haven't been reading. The Black Starlight right here. I hope they stick the landing on this one. This series has been pretty good, but I don't know. I'm just kind of souring on Jason Aaron. Maybe it's because I'm reading everything he's doing. And I'm just not... I don't know. I didn't finish up his King Thor, so maybe I shouldn't talk. Ravencroft comes out tomorrow. This is a mini-series. This is basically Marvel's Arkham Asylum. I don't know why I'm looking forward to this, but it's characters that you don't normally see in Marvel. And it's going to be a lot of the Magic characters. There's also a preview of Strange Academy, which is going to be like, Marvel's teen and Magic characters getting together. I don't know any of the creators on this one, but I'm a big fan of the Daily Bugle and stories that are about reporters dealing with Spider-Man. So I assume that's what's going to happen here. I put this on my hold. Not a lot of people know it's coming out. So there you go. A start. Image is coming out with the Protector #1. It's got a bunch of people that are working on it, but most importantly, Simon Roy, which is probably, I don't know, he's Canadian, so it's probably Waugh, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, he's writing it, but this artwork is fantastic. What do you think about that, ATN? You there?
I am here.
Yeah.
May I see more?
Yeah, I'll show you more. So I was reading this, and it seems like it jumps in time just a little bit. And you're following different characters, but basically a slave, this woman here, she escapes, and she finds like this mech, and she kind of liberates herself
with a mech.
We find out that, what was that?
With a mech?
Yeah, it's like a mech.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good art. I didn't read all of it, and then later it jumps to another story, and then you find out that we're like in the year 3300 or something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to examining this closer. And it's a 5-issue miniseries. The Protector looks pretty cool. If you're a fan of like heavy metal and fantasy, I've got a couple customers I know that are going to like that. And then there's a whole host of Marvel The End books. Remember how I showed you that Miles Morales Spider-Man The End book? That was good. I like that. Great art. This Doctor Strange one is coming out, and it has great art also. Philippe Andrade is doing the art in it. I can't say art enough. And I don't know. I just like his style. He's done some really cool stuff. It's kind of Kevin Nolan-y there with Doctor Strange down there at the bottom. And he's a good artist. I think the writer is Leah Williams, and I have been kind of dogging on her lately, mostly because she's doing a X-Men book coming up. I also was dogging on Teenie Howard, so I am going back and reading Excalibur, because if I'm going to say, I don't know, I don't like something, I probably should read it a little bit closer. So you'll get an Excalibur review soon. Captain Marvel, The End. This is the alternate cover. I brought it home because I thought it looked neat. And this one's written by Kelly Thompson with Carmine Carnero. They worked on, I think, the life story of Captain Marvel, that miniseries. Maybe he's the regular series artist. I don't read Captain Marvel that much, but if I can read a story where she's going to die, I am down. Just joking. The End. Deadpool. Ugh. Like Deadpool needs a story about his last issue. It's written by Joe Kelly. And I don't want to hear Annie, Gail Simone, Rob Liefeld, Fabian Nicieza. It's all about Joe Kelly's interpretation of Deadpool. That's what we see these days, and that's what it's always been, as far as I'm concerned. Because Deadpool beforehand just was Merc with a mouth. Seriously, he wasn't funny. And he was when Joe Kelly did it. Ed McGuinness doing the art, then Pete Woods. Anyway, you want to read the last issue of Deadpool ever? After this, you'll never need to read another issue. All right. Back to Jason Aaron, everybody. Issue 30 of The Avengers. It's been pretty cool, actually, lately. They're out in space. Black Widow's hanging out with them, and you're like, what's the Black Widow going to do out in space? But Tony Stark gave her armor, and it's stealthy. It's cool. Thor is infected with the Brood virus. Here you can see him that way. Look at that. So you got a little X-Men crossover there. Blade's out in space, and the sun is killing him. And then Groot's like, oh, don't worry about that. And he forms like an armor over him, and then Blade's like fools up. Some of those fools are Silver Surfer Black and Gladiator. So if you like really super cool fights out in space, Jason Aaron's been doing a pretty darn good job in this storyline, which is a lot better than the last Ghost Rider one, which kind of put me to sleep. And then last but not least, we have Doctor Strange #2. It's not usual that I pick up a... Mark Waid bores me. I'm just not as big a fan as some people. But the artist is Kev Walker, and I like it. And the whole idea is that Doctor Strange... So, see... His whole deal is that he was a pompous doctor who lost his way and crashed a car, if he ever had his way. Crashed his car, lost the use of his hands, and was like, I'm a failure now. And then he goes and he goes to like Tibet, and he studies with the Ancient One and becomes a Sorcerer Supreme. And, he learns another way to be a healer.
With his hands?
Now he's back to being a healer, but he's like, I don't like to use my magic on these fools. Even though I'm doing like everything the most dangerous it could possibly be, the most dangerous operations, I'm not going to use any magic because magic's got a price. This fool, there was a storyline, probably Donny Cates' worst storyline. I think it was Donny Cates. Yeah, when he took over Doctor Strange, they did this miniseries called Damnation, where all of Vegas had been like basically destroyed. You know, people died. And that was like after Civil War II. And Doctor Strange was like, oh, I'm going to fix this. And he brought everybody back to life. And I'm like, he hasn't ever seen Aladdin. You know, you don't bring dead people back to life, especially so many of them. Jeez. And it allowed Mephisto to come into our land. And because of that, Ghost Rider's in the situation he's in. And Doctor Strange really screwed up. And I don't think he should be gaining the use of his hands. It's stupid. Stupid, I tell you. And there you go. You know what else is stupid?
Yeah, I do. I saw several things.
All right, so this is the comic tonic. You know what you would pair Superman number 19 with?
No, tell me.
A glass of shit. How's that?
A glass of shit.
There you go.
I don't think that's a tonic.
Remember how I wanted to read a Superman comic book because I hadn't read any continuity Superman?
Uh-huh.
Well, this is what happens when I read it. In the last issue, he had been outed as Clark Kent is Superman. And I think Lois Lane was the one that did the reporting on it. Probably she had to do it or else somebody else was going to do it. You know, you got to get in front of that kind of stuff. Anyway, this whole issue is all about how people are going to perceive him. And he's like worrying in front of Perry White and Lois Lane. And Jimmy Olsen's trying to get a word in edgewise, and nobody gives a crap. It's like he can only write Superman in its most base characteristic. And and then any of the ones that don't jive with how he wants to write, he'll just change it. Anyway, so Superman's out of the closet. Everybody knows. And he's worried. And he goes out and to the Daily Bugle office, and everybody's there to applaud him. Because, you know, Superman's never been applauded before. And then he goes, yeah, exactly. And he goes out on the street flying. He's got a thing he needs to take care of. And everybody's just clapping for him. Just clap, clap, clap. Everybody claps. Like there's some, I mean, then he goes, and you know, the superheroes, and they're all super happy to see him. Everybody's like very, very supportive of the fact that he's a man also. I'm Clark Kent. Everybody knows who I am. Oh, we're very supportive. And there's a few things that happen, but it really doesn't seem like it's important. Yeah. Didn't like it. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to share a screen now.
All right.
Hopefully this works. All right, share. All right, I also read Iron Man 2020. Can you see that?
I can.
All right, good. This is an Iron Man story written by Dan Slott with his buddy Christos Gage. Pete Woods does the art, and I took this picture from my camera on my phone. So that's why it looks the way it does. We'll work on that later. That's Arno Stark. He wakes up from a dream. That's the dream he wakes up from. He's worried about this techno creature coming to Earth and blah, blah, blah. That's Arno Stark's parents. Actually, it's an AI of his parents. And they cooked him breakfast. There are also Tony Stark's parents, who you found out in this series by Kieran Gillen, that Tony Stark is an adopted son of Howard Stark. But they love him anyway. And then those are people saying, yay, Iron Man, go Iron Man. That was a panel that needed to be there. I wanted to show you that. And this is what Arno Stark as Iron Man looks like. And this is Iron Man 2020, which was a miniseries way back in the 80s, drawn by Barry Windsor Smith. I remember having the first issue and thinking it looked really cool, but I never read all of it. Iron Man sucks. Barry Windsor Smith also did Conan the Barbarian. Pretty sweet. I'm more into it now than I was then, but I can't stand the sandaled feet thing. God, it's horrible.
That's what bothers you?
And then here we have, oh God, what's her freaking name? She's the one that's working with, I think her name is Stain or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. She's working with Arno Stark, and they are the ones that are in charge of Tony's company. The thing about Tony Stark is that he was an AI the last time we saw him, and now he's gone or something like that. And these people have taken over the company. Arno's never been really on good terms with Tony. He's also been a quadriplegic. So they're going through Tony Stark's, Stark Enterprises, and they're like, "Hey, look at this. This cat has this collar that they're talking, that he's talking with." And they're like, he's like, "You have no right to do this." And she's all, "Sure I do. Let me take that. It's ours." And the cat's all Mew. That's pretty funny. The real villain is Machine Man. And Machine Man's been a main foil of Tony Stark's in the last Iron Man series that just ended, also written by Dan Slott. This guy is really hating on humans. This is the first time Machine Man had his first issue by Jack Kirby. Kirby also did 2001, and in issue 8 and 9, that's when the Machine Man was introduced. Machine Man most recently gained his hatred of humans from Next Wave, drawn by Stuart Immonen with Warren Ellis writing. And these are some instances of him just not really caring too much about humanity. But it was played more for jokes. He now is the supervillain, and this is the 13th floor in between the 12th and 14th floor of the Stark building, I think. Anyway, there you go. That's my telling you about what happened on Iron Man 2020. It was an okay issue. I probably won't read all of it. The artwork's okay in spots, but it's, again, Iron Man, and I don't really care that much.
What did you say earlier? How did you describe Iron Man? You said he
sucks.
Oh, there we go.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, yeah, you did.
He's a C-list character. It's amazing that Iron Man translated so well in movies. It wasn't just Robert Downey Jr., although he was a big part of it. Iron Man just is that big clumsy armor in the very beginning of the movie was like the dork. You read an old comic book of the first Iron Mans, and you're like, this is some dorky stuff. Like, who would ever buy this? Who would ever even be scared of this guy and this thing? And that's like me as a kid growing up in the 70s and 80s, looking at it and thinking it's kind of dorky. We got the Terminator, and all that other stuff. But wow, when realized in a movie with guys with just machine guns and stuff like that, that big clunky armor really was awesome. This is not. All right, and then last but not least, I read Amazing Spider-Man number 38. Remember how I thought this was going to be a standalone issue? But that's okay. It felt like I could just read it alone. It starts off with J. Jonah Jameson maybe getting a new job. Nora Winters, a former employee of his at the Daily Bugle, offers him it, and here he gets almost run over by some dude on one of those scooters. He finds out that guy and all sorts of lazy, shiftless people work at this place that Nora's giving J. Jonah a job, and she's trying to tell him that, this is just how it used to be. And here's a great example of what, today and yesterday. Here, Peter Parker's trying to get money for some, rush job photos that he took as Spider-Man. And it's pretty cool. Anyway, here's what they're doing. They're just trying to get people to click. They're going to do this really crazy story about Captain America still being a Hydra agent, which is kind of funny because, that's what Nick Spencer did with Captain America. And then they're talking about how somebody that's in a Cap hate conspiracy group is going to grab hold of it and retweet it. And then, here we see the Winter Soldier going, no, that's not cool. Caps are awesome, because, that's Bucky, Cap's friend. Kind of silly, kind of funny. I don't know if I like some serious characters acting as wacky as this is, but maybe if that was like Rick Jones, but whatever. Anyhow, Spider-Man. And then the key about that is that J. Jonah Jameson is the guy when he was the owner of the Bugle and editor at the Bugle, and he was like telling all those Spider-Man headlines. Nora's like, you're the one who invented this. This clickbait stuff, you just did it in newspaper form, but you're the best at doing it. Anyway, Spider-Man's robbing a bank. Why is he robbing a bank? Don't worry about that. And then all of a sudden we get to see Silver Sable rehabbing, and her bodyguard later on goes to this club where Chance is running like a betting casino. And it's called The Sport, and they take him to the sports book where they talk about how superheroes are doing something all the time, and they have a way for you to bet on every little thing, who's going to team up, who's going to hit each other, blah, 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 blah. It's kind of stupid. J. Jonah is also saving Spider-Man from his problems, so that thing's all going on. I rather like this issue. I'm not the biggest fan of Silver Sable, and her being in the book so often is kind of like, ugh. Just get that story over with. It's funny that a lot of people were bitching about Spider-Man, the guy in the shadows, not being finally revealed, or to Spider-Man. It's not finally going. Let's get that whole thing, rolling. Meanwhile, we have this whole other subplot that's been going on almost actually longer, because it's been going on since the Dan Slott Spider-Man years. Again, Slott, and it's like, let's get this one over with before we worry about that guy that's manipulating all the other stuff. But overall, I've enjoyed Nick Spencer's run on Spider-Man. Even Ryan Otley on art has been, for the most part, pretty good also. And then they have other artists that work on it. So there you go. There's my reviews.
Nice. I like the walking through the story.
Oh, very good. Maybe we'll do something like that more often.
Can you?
I can. I just have to be inspired
Okay.
to stand there and at the very least take some pictures with my camera.
Let's talk after the show about some piece of technology.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do that. You mean downloading comic books?
No, I don't.
I don't. I would never do that.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Well, very good. Anyhow, why don't we end this here?
It is appropriately timed. There's nothing else you want to talk about.
I'm sure there's something else I want to talk about, but oh, I do. How about this? We'll do this. Please visit our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and if you want to donate to the cause, Patreon pages. Sometimes I update those and let you know things first before I tell you on the show, and then anybody else later. The show and Patreon are the best way to get the most important information, or what I think about things first, other than coming in the store and buying something.
Yeah, come challenge Yule at a Magic game.
Yeah, we can start talking. I've got some customers that have legit old stuff. Some of it still isn't even opened.
What, you mean Magic?
Yeah,
cards?
Magic.
I do like watching the openings.
The same person that does that has the Magic is a person that has kickstarted games for years, like role-playing games or tabletop games and stuff like that. He must have like a museum full of this crap, basically. Oh man, I have some really interesting customers. Oh, I do have something to tell you. There is one last thing, everybody. This is good for Comic Tonic. I am going to be interviewed for the Comics Journal tomorrow about comic books, my store closed. Well, my store moving.
Being forced off of Shattuck. You got to put this in the right terms, you all.
Well, if the most negative way I could actually compare moving from Shattuck to MLK is moving in with your parents. It feels that way a bit.
Yeah. Which is fairly normal today
in this situation, without a doubt. But when you downsize like this, and you have to readjust and think about what you're doing, even more so, it feels like going back home, readjusting, recalibrating, I don't know,
taking a nap,
getting drunk and playing Sony.
You should probably put a PlayStation in with a little TV, and
I'm going to have Jackie Robinson framed poster, and then I found my Kobe one. I'm going to make sure those are there. And
you start selling sports cards? No, why not?
I had thought. So there was an interview, probably was on an NPR or something like that. Oh no, I think actually it was Jill telling me this, and probably was from an NPR. That bookstores are closing. This was years ago. Bookstores are closing. It's hard to be a bookseller, and this one place was like, well, we're just going to focus on what we really like, and they did like poetry and essays and stuff like that. Invite the people that do that kind of thing and are into that kind of thing, and thrive. My idea was
poetry then.
No. My idea was sports book writing, because they come out every year. There's always the best of, what's the newspaper awards they give people?
I do not know this answer.
Like Nobel Prizes, but not lower. The one they give everybody.
I don't know. I don't know the journalism one. I don't know. Look it up. Put it on Google. Ask the Googles. Right. The Pulitzer is not for newspaper stories.
Yeah, Pulitzer. They do that too. Yeah, Pulitzer. They give an award for everything.
Do they?
Yeah, best sports writing.
Best nose picking.
Yeah, best everything.
Really, best sports writing. That's a Pulitzer thing?
They can, yeah.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
And skeptical. Journalism, I would believe.
Yeah, it's a part of journalism, dude. Sports writing.
Sports writing.
It doesn't matter. Everybody, thank you.
Yes, exactly. Thank you,
everybody, for tuning in. We're going to be back next week with a new episode of Fantastic Comics Presents.
Number 2.
Please tune in at 8 and let us know what you think in the comments down below. And give us a thumbs up. Bye.
Good day.